Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Wezi Sibiya. If this is your first time coming and seeing this face on screen, welcome. Subscribe to the channel, join the fam, and everything that's going on is going to be great. Today I just wanted to have a little bit of a reflection session over 2018 while doing my hair. I've actually got a family gathering to go to on Saturday, so I just wanted to do some bantu knots on my hair so I can have a nice bomb ass twist out. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, please kindly subscribe. Just press that red button till it turns gray, and that's all. Like, I don't think it's asking for too much. Because another thing that I'm like really frustrated about with my channel, I'll still talk about that later, is that you guys are watching but you guys aren't subscribing. I don't know why. It's just the same click that you do to play the video. It's the same click that you need to do to subscribe. Simple. But anyway, we're not here for that. For my reflection session, I know for the most part that a lot of us have not had a great 2018. For the most part, it's been really hard. Not so much trash, but it's just been really a whole lotta, and I honestly don't know what was going on with this year. Why so many people are losing their lives. That's just, it's crazy how many people, like, not just the people that have committed suicide, but just people that have just died. It's just been really crazy, and may their souls rest in peace. If you or anyone that you know has lost a loved one this year, my sincerest apologies to you. I pray that you find some sort of peace and solace in knowing that your loved ones are at peace, because wow, this life thing is just so hard, and I just pray that you find some sort of way not to just move on, but just to live with that pain, because losing a loved one, sleep up and place me, it's really one of the hardest things you can ever do. So for me personally, 2018 has just been trash. Just been utter nonsense. If I had to look back at this year, it's just been a mess. But with that said, I think it has taught me to just be able to look on the bright side. Hey, when life is just doing the most to you, you just have to learn to look at the bright side. Like, my hair is semi-damp, so that's like not as easy to work with, and I'm just doing what I can. What was I saying? Yeah, 2018 pretty much trash. For me, the biggest thing was academia. I don't know, in some of my vlogs I've mentioned that I am a final year student at UJ, and it's just been really tough. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't think it was going to be this hard, and I'm just really hopeful at this stage. I'm just holding on to hope, hey, because academia has threatened my mental health. It has threatened just my social life. I don't have a social life because of school, quite honestly. I don't blame school for that, but I'm just saying it's just like one of those things that have taken away so much from me, that I pray that when all is said and done, it's not something that I regret. It's something that I am grateful I did, because I will bear the fruits of my hard work. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, I am just super grateful that the year is over. We can enjoy the festive season with our friends and family. Like, there's parts of my head that are super tender-headed. And this, by the way, is not a tutorial. I hope I've mentioned that before. I'll link the full tutorial on this, like, hairstyle or whatever, up in the cards, because I already have a video on my bantu knots out situation. Yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, so the one thing that's been helping me get through this year is actually reading. Last year, the one thing that was helping me get through like the hard and difficult times was journaling, and that I still do. I don't do as much. So with me, the journaling was almost like my prayers to God, and then my creative thoughts and ideas that I didn't want to necessarily lose. Because a lot of the times I feel like I'll have a great idea and then I'll forget it because I haven't written it down, or I have no record of it. I've got really bad memory, so writing those sort of things down would help me not only remember, but just to be able to reflect. So that was something that I did, and I still do. Most of the time it's usually like my thoughts and prayers to God, and then ever so often I'll journal some creative ideas. This is all in the same journal. I know a lot of people keep different journals for different things. I, on the other hand, just have one journal and that's it. So the one thing that's been helping me, I'll just tell you now, is reading. Now, for me, reading is something that, quite honestly, I'd be lying if I told you, no, I love reading. I actually never used to read. I hated reading. Quite honestly, I'm just one of those people. I'd only read a book because it was like a requirement at school. We'd get a test about it. It'll be in the syllabus, and that's why I'd read it, not because I actually genuinely enjoyed the book. You wouldn't see me going out of my way to read. Like, the most I'd read is a devotional, and those are 1-minute devotionals, and that's pretty much all I do. But now I've really, I think, seen the benefits of reading. A lot of the times you'll hear like old people, nah, read, and I'll just be like, oh, auntie, man, I'd rather watch a YouTube video than read about it. But there's something about reading. I honestly don't know what it does to your mind, to your energy, but the books that have literally changed the game for me. So just a little bit of background. I suffer from anxiety, particularly performance anxiety, and I must say that the reading, I feel, hasn't cured my anxiety, but it has relieved it somewhat. Like, I'm not getting as bad of anxiety attacks or as frequently as I usually would, and I know what my cause of anxiety is for me. It usually is school, because that's the only thing I'm really anxious about performing at. Anything else really, meh. But the one thing that does make me pretty anxious is school. That's the only thing that just makes my anxiety super crazy. So reading books has changed the game. So the first book I actually borrowed someone, and they never brought it back. Ugh. You know when you borrow people your stuff and then they don't bring it back? It's like, why, Charlie? Why? So the one I think is by, is it Rick Warren? I'll get the title now. But that was the first book that I read during the year, and it's basically about finances and managing your finances. Like, if you don't have a finances background like me, or just basic knowledge on finance, and you want to get into investments, or you want to understand your finances better, how to manage them better, that book I feel like is so good for people who just want to do better with their personal finance, not even like for your business or anything, specifically for personal finance, and you have absolutely no idea on anything finance related. I feel like that book is so easy to digest. That's another thing that I look for in a book. These fine print, difficult words thing. I need it in plain, simple English that I won't screw up reading it. Like, it's just so easy to read. I actually went back and back because I genuinely was enjoying the read. It was just such a simple read. I just want to quickly get the name of the book quickly and the author properly. Please forgive me. I finally got it. Wow, what a mission. But the book that I was reading is Warren Ingram. That's the name of the person. Warren Ingram's book. It's called Become Your Own Financial Advisor. I'll show you the picture just now. So it's this one. So it's this one right here. Okay. I know it's a bit reflected. Yeah, there we go. So it's Become Your Own Financial Advisor by Warren Ingram. I love that book. I genuinely advocate for it. Like, that's one of the books like I'm keeping just in case like Jesus, don't do that to me. In case I have children, that's one of the books that I think I'll pass down to them because I genuinely believe in that book and the principles of that book. Warren Ingram is a financial advisor. His company, I think, is called Galileo Capital, the company that he works for, at least. I don't know if he's the CEO or not. I don't know. But he's a financial advisor, and usually you'll hear him on 702 giving financial advice. That book, mind blown, and it's really quite simple principles. It's nothing fancy, like you need to know anything about finances. I know the very technical stuff about finances, but I also know the simple basic stuff, and that I learned from the book. Because sometimes in uni, a lot of the times you'll find that we get so caught up in formula and all these crazy things that the simple basic stuff is often overlooked. And I'm grateful for a book like that I could at least get something, even though I had that, I guess, technical background knowledge, that I was able to apply those principles to my personal finances and be good. And then the second book that I was reading, it took me quite a while to actually read, only because I think at the time that I chose to read it, there was a lot going on in my life, and it was just academia that was just really taking over my life, that I couldn't find time to just sit down and read. So it took me about since February, because I finished reading Warren Ingram, I think in January. It took me like a month to read, and then in February I started this Mark Manson book. I'll show you guys just now. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Really just such an honest book. If you appreciate sincere honesty, this guy is a bit vulgar in his book, but I don't think it takes away from the principles that he was just giving. This is more of a self-help book, just to be honest with yourself. I mean, he shares a whole bunch of truths, no lies. Oh, my scalp, I need a scalp massage. This is the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. It says a counterintuitive English approach to living a good life. I think this is an absolutely amazing read. Even though it took me forever and a day to finish, I still finished. Like I said, school was a lot, so I really just couldn't find the time to read it. But other than that, I think it's an absolutely amazing book. I feel like you guys should read it. It's one of those game changer books. And then another good read. It was so easy to read that I remember I was reading it during finals prep. Now, during finals, you really have no time to even breathe. All you do is eat, sleep, read your textbooks, and that's pretty much it. But because this book is so easy to read, I feel like I was able to find time to read it and finish it, and it just gave me the will to go on and just finish, strong, just to finish. There are still some passages that just, when things don't go your way, how you should react, how you can react, that sort of thing. It's called The Four Agreements. I'm sure you guys have heard of the book. It's quite a good read, easy read. It is all that and then some. It just prepares you for when things don't go right or as you expected them, how you react and what that means just for your inner peace. Your guys, inner peace is something that, especially considering how this year was going, that you need. Woo, if you don't have inner peace, huh? How are you even living another day? So it's this book here, a Toltec, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly, The Four Agreements Wisdom Book by Don Miguel Ruiz. This book here. I will try and link it all in the description box. Absolutely amazing book, so easy to read. And then the one that I got as an ebook, oh crap, it's on this phone. Where's my iPad? One that I got as an ebook was The Magic of Thinking Big. Why does my voice sound like that? Magic of Thinking Big. Okay, so it's called The Magic of Thinking Big by, who's the author? David Schwartz. That's who it's by. It's like $2.50 on Takealot. Wow. Yeah, but I got it as an ebook, so that's why I don't have a physical book. But this is what the cover looks like. Okay, no, let's look at images. Yeah, so that's some of what the covers look like. Yeah, it's called The Magic of Thinking Big. I absolutely love that book. It took me quite a while to finish, but I enjoyed it while I was waiting for my finals results. And I think just reading the books helped me prepare for receiving my finals the way that they came out, and I'm okay with everything that came out. I mean, obviously it's not the result that I wanted, but I'm okay with it. You know, it is what it is. And I'm just grateful that I'm alive and I have peace and I am happy and everything is gonna be okay. I know a lot of the times when we're going through the most, we find it hard to, sorry guys, that's nasty. Sorry. A lot of the times when we're going through the most, we find it hard to realize that there is light at the end of the tunnel. When we're walking through a really, really dark, lonely path, we forget that things are seasonal. 2018 was just a season. 2019 is coming and we're going to live our best lives. I don't care what no one says. Life is going to be so good. We'll even forget that things were ever bad. Like, oh, 2019 is coming and I'm not rushing it. I'm still reveling in what 2019 is. I'm enjoying what I'm reveling in what 2018 is. I'm reveling in the joys and pains of what is left. But I am definitely excited for 2019. I feel like God's going to do amazing things in all our lives. We're just going to have to stick it through, see it through. If you give up now, guys, when 2019 is coming, why would you want to do that? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to just twist up the rest of my hair off camera, and then I'll be back and chat to you guys a bit. And that is it, guys. I've already twisted up the rest of my hair. I'm not going to twist it out today, obviously. Today I'm going to just continue cleaning the house, and then on Saturday only unravel it, hair, makeup, whatever. But I know that day is going to be crazy, so I might or might not vlog that for you guys. But I just wanted to leave you guys with this. I know that 2018 has been hard, and for a lot of people, we've all, myself included, felt like giving up at some point or another. And I feel like it's so important for yourself as an individual to realize that you're still alive, you're still breathing. It's not as bad as it seems. I know that it seems like this is the worst thing that could ever happen, the worst day, the worst life, but it was just honestly just a bad year, and it was a bad year for all of us. Next year is going to be bigger and better. We just have to pick ourselves up and keep going. That's the only way we will make it. I'm proud of everyone who has contemplated suicide and not gone through with it. That in itself is an accomplishment. If you haven't accomplished anything this whole year, you've kept yourself alive. Well done to you, because wow, the amount of people that commit suicide is crazy. But I'm just praying that you ultimately found inner peace and a healthy way to deal with whatever your problems are, because turning to substances and the like is not always the best idea. But turning to healthy substances like enriching your mind, for me it was books, I feel like is so much better, so much more valuable than turning to the bad stuff. I pray that you guys find peace, man, joy, love and happiness. And until our next video next week, enjoy the rest of your week.